That's a fair point, especially because we then got 3 weeks of phalanx.
It kind of felt like 3 weeks. Because we were all sleeping on the phalanx.
Exactly.
You're tuned into the GOCast podcast, your one-stop shop for updates, news, tips, and community in the world of Pokemon Go. Thank you for listening.
A new form and evolution for Corsola? Now that's something I can sink my Reef into.
Get ready for the big max out finale. Except for the maxing out part, it seems. And more on this episode of GOCast. Hello and welcome to the GOCast podcast, episode 308. It's November 19th, a Tuesday evening. If you can believe it, I hardly can. Mr. Kyle's here with me. I'm Chris, your host. Hey, Mr. Kyle, how you doing?
Hiya, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
Wow. Yeah, you just really adapted to me butchering our opening very well there. I want to congratulate you on that.
It's
nice
all right.
work.
I'm real low energy today, so we'll see how that goes for later.
I don't know about you, man, but this it's November. It's beginning to get to be late November, and the seasonal depression is really settling in.
I don't know what you're talking about. All of my coworkers have their Christmas trees up already.
Really? Oh, that kind of depresses me a little even more. That's
know.
ridiculous. It's not even Thanksgiving, y'all. Oh my God. Save some turkey, y'all. You know, I don't even like turkey, but it deserves more respect. Let me say that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, we recorded just a few days ago, but we did set some goals for this episode. So let's take a look at those and see how we did. It was the end tail of the Simply Groundbreaking event, which introduced Dynamax Drillbur. And beyond that, we also had the first day of this lead up event for Wild Area. So that's pretty cool. Let's see how our results matched up. So, Mr. Kyle, you wanted to do 3 Dynamax Drillburs.
I did do that.
Were any of them good and or shiny?
Nope.
Oh.
Bad. They are bad.
Hey, that's all right. Me too, man. But you did it, so that counts for something. There's still value to be had because you did do a goal. 200,000 experience. How about that?
I did not do that. I got like 75,000.
Oh man, if you had that raid ticket,
no,
yeah,
I could do one extra raid before we recorded today.
That's right. We'll cover that in a second here. Oh my gosh, I have you know that I hovered over that send gift to GoCast Kyle button. I really thought about it. I did, and I was like, no, $5 is a lot for a bit. Buddy progress. Did you manage that?
Yeah, I did do that. I am currently I'm ultra buddies with my Hundo Decidueye. I got 140 more hearts to go for best buddy.
Nice. Okay, great. So 2 out of 3 for you. Spoilers, you win. But let's just review point by point anyway. Hatch 50 eggs. I did 40 some odd. Got pretty close.
No.
But yeah. Hey, you know how it is. It was raining a bit this weekend. Didn't get a lot of chance to woke as much as I wanted to. Get a Toxel. I did yesterday and today. I certainly hatched a fair amount of eggs, and I have not been blessed with a Toxel. I did buy the ticket, so this would be with the increased potential chance, and I still did not get one. So we're working on that. And then I was supposed to check out Max Monday last night, and I forgot. I was out and about doing stuff and saw the Drillbur, but I didn't go out for that reason. So I don't really know how Max Monday went. Hopefully it was well for other people. So that's a big old goose egg for your boy Chris this week. It's kind of embarrassing, but that's okay. Oh, well, I front loaded my Dynamax Drillbur before we set these goals. That was the problem, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to feed my Snorlax.
Oh boy, I forgot to feed him breakfast this morning.
Oh no, I forgot lunch yesterday.
Oh no, we're terrible
caretakers.
We're awful Snorlax parents.
Who cares about the EV this week, right?
That's kind of true, actually, in a way. Yep. We actually have a piece of news, if you can believe it. I didn't think we would have one, but lo and behold, Niantic came through. So I'm kind of eager. Why don't we just hop right into the news? Yo, what up? It's the news. Okay, now I probably we should have talked about this before we got in the news, but let's talk about this correction that Niantic had to do for the remote raid passes for people that bought the raid ticket. Can you lay it out for us, Kyle?
All right. So there was 2 sources of information from Niantic, official sources from Niantic, that had conflicting information. There's the one we read last week, well, on Saturday, that said up to 2 free raid passes a day. But there was another infographic that Niantic shared. I want to say it was on Twitter, but it might have been Instagram, wherever they share their information.
Both, I think, for this case.
And it said plus 2 additional free raid passes a day. So naturally, there was some confusion. And Niantic support officially clarified that it was only 1 additional raid pass a day for a total of 2. You get your 1 free one that rolls over from day to day, and then you get 1 additional from buying the ticket.
Yeah.
So basically, you're paying $5 for the 5 free passes, and then your bonuses.
And that ticket was already, I mean, even by your own admission, the lesser of the 2. With our understanding of getting 2 bonus in-person raid passes a day. Because remind you, these are in-person passes only. These aren't like a free remote or anything like that.
Yeah. So some people are arguing that up to 2 additional or up to 2 free raid passes a day is simple wording, and you should know that means 2 total. And I'm like, sure, but you also could just word it more clearly.
Yeah, up to 2 doesn't make any sense. When you're looking at it, when you're looking at the list of benefits of the ticket that you're thinking about buying, and it says 2 on there, it kind of really doesn't matter the rest of it. You expect to get 2 from buying it, Because if you go by other passes, and now maybe I'm just remembering really poorly. This is totally could be on me. When we have a raid day, and you say spin photo discs to get up to 5 free raid passes on the day, that's usually what it says. Those 5 don't count your 1 free one. No, they don't.
So that's the part where when I talked on Saturday, I had such confidence about how I read it, because I thought it was going to be 2 total every day, 2 extra every day, which is a lot of raids actually. And so this is an inconsistency. Maybe I'm misremembering how it's worded. Maybe it is worded differently on raid days, but because on a raid day, you could do 7 for free because of the way it's worded.
Yeah.
You can do the previous day, you can do the current day, and then you can do 5, the up to 5 for that day.
I think it's up to 5 additional. I think they use both.
Yeah. Okay. See, then if that's the case, I would go look that up right now, but I don't think it's worth it, because this is already resolved.
Yeah, it is.
It's
unfortunately
just very frustrating. And in the past, there have been moments of this type of communication that's been annoying, where they say you get X amount more experience, but it's actually X minus 1.
Mm-hmm.
So they they say 1.5 times experience, but it's really 50% more, which, technically those are the same things depending on how you want to argue the math, but one is very clearly trying to make you think it's more than the other.
Yeah.
So it's very frustrating.
It is.
The raid pass is a very bad value now, in my opinion.
The optics of the whole thing are just bad. I don't know. I feel like the verbiage stuff isn't really tested, and this is why you see consistent phrasing for some of this stuff. When we talk about the way that they phrase things, even last week, if you're extremely lucky trainers, as juxtaposed to the new phrasing for the shiny Toxel, which was especially fortunate or something like that. They train you to have an expectation tied to certain words. So if it deviates from that and it's using familiar words, but it means something else, that's just it feels bad, even if it's not a big deal.
Yeah, and we talked about this for years at this point. Niantic has very specific wording, and
Yes,
I respect that. That's really actually great, because when you see something written, I know what that means. I know when you say it this way, because of the way you've used this phrase, what to expect. And that's fine. No problems. And now they have changed the way that they present some information with no clear relation to what they're trying to accomplish, I suppose.
Yeah.
That makes it frustrating.
It does. So if you were one of those people that were confused by it, hopefully this clarifies, I guess, but you don't have to be happy about it. You also don't have to be mad about it, I guess. It doesn't really matter. It's not a huge deal. But I mean, I guess the difference between 10 and 5 raid passes when you're trying to assess something's value is a big deal, because that is the big value thing in that ticket. But even so, that's all right. Okay, let's move on to real news here. We got a new event coming out, and it's called the Max Out Finale. Reminder that this season was called Max Out, and it's because they introduced Dynamax and Gigantamax and all that good stuff. So when does this finale event begin? It begins on Wednesday, November 27th at 10 a.m., and it runs to Sunday, December 1st at 8 p.m. local time. There will be event bonuses, additional 5,000 experience awarded for successful raids. Mind you, that's for raids. That does not include max battles. It's very different. Half-hatch distance for eggs placed in incubators during the event. Yippee-yahoo! Thank you for that. And the remote raid pass limit will be increased to 10 during the event. They're doing this more and more. Hey, how about we just increase the cap to 10 across the board? Let's just do that. Sorry, I'm being snarky. I'll tone it down, y'all, I promise. There's also debuts. The coral Pokemon Galarian Corsola and its evolution Corsola will make their Pokemon Go debuts. Also, you'll be able to hatch shiny Galarian Corsola if you're lucky. During this event, Galarian Corsola will be available to hatch from 7-kilometer eggs. Awesome. That's cool. You know, if in the egg rate from gifts is good. Seems to change from time to time. So, yeah.
Well, just wait. Just wait.
Yeah, we will see. I don't want to. I don't want to
wait till later in the article, though.
Oh, okay, great. Wild encounters for this event are Grookey, Scorbunny, Sobble, Squovit, Woohoo, Phalanx, and if you are lucky, you might see a Hatenna or 2. In raids, 1-star raids will be comprised of Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. 3-star raids will be Galarian, Weezing, and Phalanx. Both of those can be shiny. And 5-star raids will feature Zacian, Zamazenta, Regieleki, and Regidrago. All of those can be shiny. It really can. Regieleki and Regidrago can be shiny?
Yeah, their shiny release was not this last time, right? They weren't. Wait, were they not shiny last time they came out?
I don't
Which
remember.
was not like literally a year ago, right?
Yeah, I don't remember. Honestly, like those two are such a hole in my Pokemon Go memory, like entirely.
You keep reading. I'm going to see if I can find out.
Okay. In Mega Raids, we're going to see Mega Altaria. That's awesome. In eggs, 7-kilometer eggs will be comprised of Galarian, Meowth, Ponyta, Slowpoke, Farfetch'd, Corsola, Zigzagoon, Darumaka, Yamask, and Stunfisk. That is quite a large pool. That is 9 Pokemon. So with Galarian Corsola being shiny eligible in there, I'd imagine the rate might be a little low. Fillers in this pool, if I had to put money down, Zigzagoon, Meowth, and Slowpoke. And then probably tier 2 is Ponyta, Farfetch'd, Darumaka, and then Yamask and Stunfisk are 3, and then probably 5 is Corsola. I'm spitballing, but
that's probably pretty fair. I could see Ponyta being in the 1 now, though, because of the community day. So
that's true.
Also, then I have to clarify, these are debuts for Regieleki and Regidrago for shinies.
If this is accurate,
if the infographic is accurate, it does say shiny. So
it does. Yeah, I just popped back open the article too. Yeah, you think that they would make more fanfare about that being a debut then. That's pretty crazy, actually. They took the time to talk about Corsola and Galarian Corsola in debuts, but not mention the shiny debut of Regidrago. That's very strange, but whatever.
I agree.
Hey, it makes the event more exciting, I guess. That's pretty cool.
Sure. They're not good shinies, though.
It doesn't matter if it's shiny and you have one or you don't, right? And
yeah,
then
it's a one or done type of thing, though. Well,
yes,
one shiny or done.
I mean, isn't Regilucky good though?
No, Regilucky's terrible in Go because it's so speed weighted in the main series. So
yeah,
its offensive stats are just not it.
Oh, that's a shame. Too bad. But Zacian and Zamazenta's shinies are also relatively new. So if you are a 5-star raid enthusiast, this is kind of exciting, especially if you missed those two the first time.
Yeah, except there's 5 of them and it's only 4 days long, which is
there's 4 of them.
There's 4 of them, sorry, and it's only 4 days long. So
yeah,
yep.
It is what it is. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Oh no, there's more. All right, the field research task rewards. Hey, let's look at this. Event themed field research tasks will be available. Complete them to earn Stardust and encounters with event themed Pokemon. Very generic. There's gonna be a $5 ticket as well because of course there will be. You'll be able to access event exclusive timed research, encounters with event themed Pokemon, and an event themed avatar pose. I'm going to take a very hot take here, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
This event-themed pose is nothing.
Yeah, it's bad. This might actually be the worst animated pose that we have received.
The little smile is just creepy to me.
Yeah, on the new models, it's weird.
It is weird. So I just don't know what's going on. If maybe we're both missing something, but I doubt it. I sincerely doubt it. There's going to be an event exclusive ticket for $10 as well.
Oh my god!
And if you do that, you will receive the following bonuses: 5 additional raid passes from spinning gym photo discs each day of the event. There's that verbiage we were talking about. 5 additional.
That is the verbiage. Passes. And I also looked up Mega Mall Raid Day, and that is what they say as well. Well, they say receive up to 5 additional free raid passes from spinning photo discs.
Okay.
For a total of 6. The raid day actually specifies, which is nice.
Yeah, the problem with saying like, oh, they should just do that all the time is that like infographics are meant to be stripped down, right?
Wait, they posted the wrong info on the infographic. That's the point. It's updated now if you're looking at it after the fact, but
yeah.
So I guess their wording was technically fine, just still very confusing.
You're choosing to be very kind today.
I mean, their wording is in line with what they've used in the past, I guess. It just doesn't come up very often when you only talk about your free pass.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, I think we've had that as a season bonus before.
We have. 2 free raid passes a day has been a season bonus, yeah. Yep. Yeah. So in addition to those 5 additional raid passes and spinning gym photo discs each day of the event, there's also 5,000 additional experience for successful raids being done. So I guess you get 10,000 bonus because there's 5,000 baked in to the base event. So that'll actually be pretty massive if you are going to go do that for leveling. 3 additional candy from catching Pokemon in 5-star raid battles, and 1 additional candy XL for catching Pokemon in 5-star raid battles. So this would be a good time if you are going to build a Regidrago for whatever reason, or you want to max out your shiny Hundo Regilucky because you have to under mandate of law. This would be a good time to grind those out and get those candies, I suppose. Provided, of course, you have the capacity to raid them. And enough people to do it. There's also going to be collection challenges. Oh, that's it for the ticket. That's all you get for the $10 is like these 4 bonuses, which I guess over the 4 days, and if you are going to be raiding actively, it's not too bad. But $10 seems like a lot. This feels like a $5 ticket to me.
$10 is a lot.
Yeah,
but if you use all the raid passes, it's a lot of raid passes.
Yes, it is a lot of raid passes.
20 raid passes?
Yeah.
Well,
in person,
25 is 25 raid passes actually.
Oh my gosh, look at you mathing it out.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, okay. Had to make sure I'm not okay. So I mean, that's really good. If you want to use every raid pass, that's actually, quote unquote, good value. I would not do it. I don't think it's good, but numerically speaking, it is good.
But you could.
But you
Could do
could.
it. Yeah. There's going to be collection challenges. Event-themed collection challenges will be on their way. Complete catch and hatch-focused collection challenges to receive experience, silver pinup berries, and rare candy. How rare could it be? Showcases, there will be some of those. And in the web store, we don't normally shout out the web store bundle in its specifics, but this one is okay. And I want to call it out. Go to the max with the Seasonal Delights box on the Pokemon Go web store for 6,095 Pokecoins, which is a bit.
Oh, cow.
I think that's like $100 or something like that. The Seasonal Delights box will net you 40 super incubators, 40 regular incubators, 3 remote raid passes, 5 premium battle passes, and 1 max particle pack. It is not 100. That's much less than that. Let me look. I'm going to look at the web store really quick.
Yeah, no, that's a little over $50 because 100 gets you 15,500 Pokecoins. Don't ask why I know that off the top of my head. So that's more like $30, but you can't buy $30 worth of Pokecoins.
Yeah, you can buy $39.99, which is 5,600.
Is that with the bonus though?
No.
Don't you usually get like
400, so it's 6,000.
Okay.
You would need 95 more.
Yeah, but you could get that. You could get 2 days of free Pokecoin. So we're gonna say that's $40, but that is malicious, very malicious. Don't like that.
Yeah, but the value is pretty okay, actually. I think
if you want incubators. Yes.
There's another version of this box that is $100. That is 60 of each incubator, 3 remotes, 30 premium battle passes, and 3 max particle packs. You can make a case for that one, but I think the one that they're offering for this event is better value, if I had to guess. Anyway, there's all of that. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that cool? Another event. So what's your take on this? I mean, there is one notable absence in this entire thing.
I'll give my take first, and then we can talk about that.
Okay.
It's fine. Like, this is fine overall. I think it's cool to see Regieleki and Regidrago's shiny being released, because we did just get Zacian and Zamazenta's with this season. So it's kind of a neat wrap up. But it feels kind of bad that they don't get their own time.
Yeah.
We just got Zacian and Zamazenta. People were able to shiny hunt those for however long they were in raids. And now they get Regieleki and Regidrago for 5 days, but they have to share a pool with Zacian and Zamazenta. So, that's rough. Corsola. Galarian Corsola.
Yeah.
7K eggs.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Why?
Again, it's, first off, that's back-to-back new releases tied to eggs. That's no bueno. Second off, it's tied to a pool of so many Pokemon that we have had for so long. Every other Pokemon in this pool, if you have played the game for more than a year, you have had access to numerous amounts of, including 1, 2, 3 community days, 2 research days, 3 research days, actually. I'm sorry. Meowth also had a research day. So, these Pokemon have been beat to death.
That's a good way of putting it.
If Galarian Corsola is not in the more common side of the pool, it just feels bad.
I'm still hunting for that shiny Galarian Meowth, so this is fine for me.
Okay. Well, I mean, but they're always there. They're always in the pool. They're always in the 7Ks, basically.
It's true. It's true. I don't know. You make a good point. It is a thick pool.
Corsola is very cool. Galarian Corsola, I should say. Very cool. Love the Pokemon. We'll talk about it in a little bit, actually. But I'm already going to be hatching eggs at least this week, and over the weekend for Toxel, I don't want to hatch more for Corsola so close together. And I think there's a hatch day is it in December or is it in January? And it might actually be in January now that I think about it. If it's in December, that's awful. But if it's in January, then we can rescind that comment.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'll look while you keep talking.
And that's about it. Although this does show that we didn't really get a whole lot from this season. Our wild spawns are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the same spawns we had for the first event of the season. Which is to say the starters, Squovid and Wooloo, which already were in the game, Phalanx, and then the new one, quote unquote, Hatena, which we got, later in the season. So it's like, it feels less like a finale in that regard and more like, hey, we're running back the start of the season.
Yeah, it feels like a weird, Galar introduction event classic.
Yeah, like, hey, we're running it back. And if it wasn't for the fact that the Reggies got their shinies, I would say this is like, they didn't do very much at all because Corsola is exclusively in eggs. If Corsola was going to be in eggs in the future after this event and they had it in field research tasks for these 5 days, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Something more control over farming. Do you want to give your thoughts before the glaring omission?
The Galarian omission. The first an aside, a footnote. The hatch day is Sunday, December 29th.
Oh my God. So there's a hatch day in a month as well. So
where do they get off doing it on the 29th too when the 30th and the 31st are going to be their own event? Like,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah. So like that's, oh man.
It's good. No, it's good. No, it's good. We're all good. We're happy. We're jolly even. 'Tis the season, I've been told. Okay, so besides the one big, like you said, glaring omission that we'll talk about, I think this is I also think this is fine, but I think I feel a bit more positive on it than you do. I mean, I like collection challenges. That's always really exciting, and I like hatching eggs. So like I'm okay with Corsola, Galarian Corsola rather, being in the 7-kilometer egg pool. And I have a couple of these other Galarians that I want. It is super bloated. I will give you that. I'm not saying it's a great pool, but I'm saying I'm not too, I guess, bent out of shape over it personally, you know what I mean? But what I will say is, I mean, and we talk about this every once in a while, but this is not something that we talk about as much as I think other people do from the consumer scale, is that the ticket fatigue is real. It was real this week already. We are ticket fatigued.
There's literally 2 tickets in this event.
Yeah, there's alone. 2 $5 tickets this week alone, right? Like you just said. And it wasn't the go or the wild area for the global ticket. Was that 17 or was that 11 or 12?
I don't know. I haven't bought it yet. I think it's $11.99 though. But I mean, I'm gonna buy it the day of whatever.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a big ticket as well. Yeah. And so like for this event, if they're gonna have the 2 tickets in there, why isn't it like a 2 and a 5? A 5 and a 10
is crazy.
It's a lot.
It doesn't matter at a certain point if they quote unquote give you enough value.
Yeah.
Like that's it. I guess that was a full thought.
Yeah, that is it. That is it.
It doesn't matter. At a certain point, you're like, I don't want to. And it feels bad to constantly be offered it. For anyone else who plays a lot of mobile games, it's like whenever you do anything in a mobile game and then you back out of the menu, you get a pop-up saying, hey, do you want to buy this limited time value pack? You know? And it's like, here's, not even going to list. It's always bad value, but.
You got this new champion in a gacha game. Do you want 30 copies and the base upgrade resource for $25? Yeah, let us know the next hour and a half.
Exactly. And that's what it feels like with how many there have been.
Yeah. I mean, it's not nearly as predatory as having a timer on it, I think.
Yes.
But
yes, of course.
But
it's tied to an event. It's not an immediate timer, but it's a
you make
while
a good
the event's
point.
live.
You know, you make a good point. I think those are probably equivalent in some sort of psychological way, or at least for the argument's sake of it. But I think that the game culture for Go is that this is equivalent in a pain point as that. Because it's like you're offering it and the event is not avoidable. It's not like I'm not going to participate in the event at all and have different gameplay. No, the event's going to happen with or without you buying the ticket, right? To enhance your gameplay. And if you're in a group or a community of people that play a lot, like I have out here in Woodstock, people are buying these tickets and playing because of course they are, right? And so it feels even worse than, I guess, if you don't or you're trying to hold the line.
I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's really easy for me to say no for these ones in particular, because usually something has to be really interesting for me to want to raid it a lot or hatch a lot of eggs. There's no hatch anything here, by the way, even though it is literally part of the focus of the event. But
there's a half hatch distance base bonus.
But I meant to buy a ticket or to get like incubators or something. There's the web store bundle, but
yeah,
not everyone wants to spend $40 at once.
I want to spend $4 10 times.
Hey, that's how you get people to spend money. But
very true. All right, we've avoided enough. We've walked around the massive gaping hole in this event. All right, so let's talk about it, Kyle. What is missing from this max out finale event?
There's no max battles.
Yeah, what are we doing?
How you didn't want to bring back Charizard? I don't know. Anything? I don't know. It's just there's no rotation of max battles here. You didn't want to introduce a new max battle? I don't.
Yeah, they have 5 days. You didn't want like the 5 Gigantamaxes that we've had on each day or something like that.
Yeah, it feels weird. Very weird.
It almost feels like they might update that later. It might be a separate announcement or something, but why?
Maybe. But it's a perfect opportunity to be like, you can hold 1,500 particles a day now and gather 1,000 or whatever. And then here are all 5, 1 per day that you've done. You got the 3 stars, you got Gengar, you got Toxtricity, because Wild Area is going to be this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the whole point of this season was they introduced max battles and max power points.
Yes.
Power spots. Yep. Feels weird.
Go off, King. So true. Honestly, it is so weird. I mean, there are parts of this event that I like, but if we're gonna talk about this event having an identity or something like that, it feels a little weak, thin, I guess would be a good word for it. Yeah, why is there no max battles? That's so odd. They gotta say something later, right? It's gotta be some. Maybe it includes Toxtricity, and so that's why they're holding it off for Wild Area. They want the hype for people to try to get as many Toxtricity as they can, and then they drop it. It could do that. But I think most communities would have appreciated more of a heads up for if there's going to be another shot at the Gigantamax starters who were difficult, right? To be like, hey, we have a week and a half to prepare for this as a group. Let's get together and figure it out, right?
It definitely feels like the finale should have had more of a focus on max battles.
Yeah,
because that is by far what this season was.
Yes,
for everything, without a doubt.
Well,
so, yeah.
That's the finale event. I am hoping that they're going to bamboozle us a little bit and there will be more of an exciting thing going on here with max battles. That'd be cool. And it might make the ticket prices and their offerings make more sense if there's more of a motivation to play more, I suppose, during the events. But yeah. Okay. Well, also if the event exclusive ticket, the $10 one, that gave you 5,000 additional XP awarded for successful raids, if they added a bonus for successful max battles as well, I think that would be great. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. All right. Well, we alluded to this earlier, but we're going to be moving on to the PokéLore segment. See you there after a short break.
And we're back with PokéLore, and this week we're doing Galarian Corsola and Corsola, the coral Pokemon. First up is Galarian Corsola, and Galarian Corsola were wiped out by sudden changes in the environment, in the climate and ocean temperatures, turning them into ghost types. So they are dead, Chris.
Yes, they are. They're dead.
Its body is bleached white with half-closed pink eyes and a perpetual frown, and its arms and branches have a distinctly semi-transparent appearance to them. These branches are incorporeal and can disappear at will. They can't cause injuries or pain, but they can be used to take root inside and drain the life force of others, and will immobilize the victim until Galarian Corsola lets them go.
That sounds an awful lot like something that might be painful or cause injury to me.
It definitely sounds like pain, for sure.
Uh-huh.
Galarian Corsola are commonly found in the remains of prehistoric seas, and while they can be mistaken for ordinary rocks, they will curse anybody who kicks them by accident.
Yeah.
How could you possibly mistake this for an ordinary rock? Somebody tell me.
I don't know. Hey, people cut their feet on coral all the time.
But it's bone white. Like it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Galarian Corsola consumes spirit energy from the life force it absorbs. This diet eventually causes Corsola's shell to break, its body to become incorporeal, and its spirit energy to pour out, thus completing its evolution into Corsola. It's a cool Pokemon.
It is a really cool Pokemon. The bleach white thing is brutal in a very good way, I think.
Yeah, I agree. But it's really brutal. It's like, oh, it exists because its environment was killed.
Yeah.
Brutal. Corsola is a coral-like Pokemon. The lower body of Corsola resembles that of a Galarian Corsola, albeit broken apart to reveal an ectoplasmic body, which has taken the shape of a ghost. This ectoplasm surrounds Corsola's core, which is a white sphere with a face like that of Galarian Corsola, and has an oval-shaped opening with 3 inward-facing notches where the core is. 2 half-circle openings similar to eyes are located above Corsola's core. Together, the 3 openings resemble a screaming face with a sad or pained expression. On its ectoplasmic body, 2 small branches below the core serve as its arms, and 1 small branch on its forehead serves as a horn. It has 3 long branches each on both sides of the head, and 3 more on its lower back. All of its branches can split apart when it attacks. Corsola's overflow of ectoplasm is the result of a long and continuous process of absorbing spirit energy from other creatures. The ectoplasm causes anyone who touches it to become stiff like stone.
Oh.
Corsola can be seen wobbling while wandering, possibly because it enjoys being so lightweight. That's a strange sentence. Corsola are known to gather together under a full moon and send their branches into the sky. The reason for this behavior is unknown. One hypothesis suggests that it is a ritual of release, shedding the energy they've gathered from others, while other hypotheses posit that this is a form of communication between the Corsola. Okay.
Yeah, it's cute. It's got a lot of character, man.
It does have a lot of character. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan of this Pokemon.
Yep.
Stats with max CP at level 40 of 3,063 and at level 50 with 3,463.
Sheesh, dude.
Stats of 155 stamina, 182 defense, and 253 attack.
That'll do it.
You're going to use it in PvE. You got Hex, Nightshade, and Shadow Ball. That said, a little birdie told me, at least online, I can't take their word for it, it's the internet, that Galarian Corsola, not Corsola, is the one to have for PvP. And I believe it's Astonish, Power Gem, Nightshade.
Oh, okay.
Power Gem and Nightshade apparently have been buffed recently. And so, Galarian Corsola apparently very good in Great League.
And just to say it, Galarian Corsola and Corsola are both monotype ghost.
Correct. They are both ghost. Means, weak to ghost dark. A immune or 3 times resistance in Go to fighting in normal. So yeah.
Yep. So don't throw a
Fun time.
discharge or a thunder out. It's not going to do what you think it does. Yeah.
It's not a water type.
No. Yeah, I think in the pantheon of Pokemon designs, this is up there, man.
Oh yeah. Galarian Corsola is top tier for a regional variant for sure.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And now, better or less better than Galarian Zigzagoon?
Better.
Oh yeah, you're not a big Galarian Zigzagoon fan?
I don't care too much for Galarian Zigzagoon, but Obstagoon is great.
Yeah,
Obstagoon is top tier, but Galarian Zigzagoon is kind of
okay. Hey, you know what? I can respect it.
And also,
I don't have to, but
Galarian Zigzagoon's shiny is 1,000 times better.
Yeah,
Galarian Corsola shiny is bad.
Well, I don't even know what it looks like.
It literally just becomes more gray, like a rock.
Really?
Yep. Corsola is a shade better.
Oh, its mask looks better, I think.
Yeah. So
plus the bottom part of it that was the Corsola is really dark.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the ectoplasm be a different color though. But it's a big fan of this Pokemon. I do like it, not just because it's a ghost, but I think it is very fun. So,
well, man, this took me to a Reddit post, and there's the top response is an image. It's got a regular Corsola in it and a Galarian Corsola underneath it. It says, still thinks climate change isn't real, and the Corsola has 2001 next to it, and 2019 is next to the Galarian Corsola. Oh boy, that's so funny. Okay, anyway, great. Everybody loves Galarian Corsola, it seems. And if you don't write in. We don't want to hear a different opinion. We like just knowing this truth to ourselves. But that's PokéLore, which means that, hey, it's PokéPoll time if you can believe it.
For last week's Poképoll we had, what is your favorite and least favorite way that a new Pokemon is debuted in Pokemon Go? First response from Kawaii D or Kawaii. I don't know which one it is. What do you think?
I think it's Kawaii.
Kawaii. Okay.
I think so.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. They said their favorite, released during Community Day. You get a new release, field research IVs, and also in raids. Least favorite, Pokemon tied to specific types of incense/lures. Having to go through the effort of getting a coin bag just for you to not be able to evolve it until you get the lures feels bad, man. That's fair. Mm-hmm. But also at the same time, the concept of a golden lure party is really good.
Yeah.
So it's a very good pseudo-natural social gathering using Go. Like obviously the game encourages that kind of behavior, but Niantic doesn't deliberately say, hey, get a bunch of people together and use your golden lures.
It's emergent gameplay, but they meant for it to happen.
Yeah, but if you don't have a lot of people around you, that definitely feels real bad to get one lure at a time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then you're by yourself and it's not even exciting.
Have we had more than one Pokemon released during a community day? I don't think so, right?
I don't remember accurately enough to really say, but that sounds right.
It was good though. The Beware being released in a community day with Stuffle was a good time.
Yeah, big fan. Cool shiny too.
Next response from Tone. They said the favorite, having them in the wild or simple field research tasks like catch 10. Least favorite, raids or field research that is win X rates. So essentially still tied to raids. Yeah, that's fair. Like at least if the research or if it's in like a hatch research, you can grind out eggs. But you can't grind out raids. You have to pay for it, or you get your X free passes during that event, and that's your only shot.
Yeah, and if you are alone or not around other people, or you don't see a raid that you want to do, in order to get that research done, you end up using your pass on a 1-star you probably don't want to do.
Yep.
Just to get it done.
Next response from Lemurio, and they said, favorite debut of Pokemon and Go is almost completely shadow dropped. Perfect example is, why is this Wiglet on the beach?
Yeah, that was cool.
If you know to look for the drop, you might hunt for it, but it's more just like, oh, I get it. This is where it lives in Scarlet and Violet. Least favorite, whatever event where we got Gimmighoul and Golden Lures. I had no plans of getting Gimmighoul, but there was the increased gold-colored shinies I wanted, like Onyx, Nosepass, etc. So fine, I'll participate. But if you didn't know in advance and have just so many friends who not only play Go, but also Scarlet and Violet to transfer those coins and stuff, it's pretty much impossible to do. And also, if you want string cheese, if I want string cheese, I'll just go to the grocery store. I will not handle this Goldengo slander. Apparently, I have a certain type of shaped Pokemon releases I feel strongly about. Wiglet, Goldengo, Niantic.
Look, I gotta say, Goldengo looking like a string cheese mascot it's not slander.
I think people mean it as slander, though.
Oh well, you don't.
When I say he's string cheese, I don't mean it as slander.
String cheese is great. Yeah,
I love Goldengo. Big fan.
Yes.
I remember when he got released and leaked, and I saw that, and I'm like, "What in the world is this?" And then I played, and I'm like, "Hey, wait, I love this."
The surfboard was really the thing that pushed that design over the edge, man. Like, Oh boy, look at Silver Surfer over here.
All right. Next one is from Pepper is Found. They said, favorite new Shadow Shiny drop. The Go Rocket leaders have a special place in my heart, and I like to come up with scenarios to why they got the first line of Pokemon. Least favorite, when you only have 3 days to get the new drop, and I worked those 3 days. For example, when Beldum was in Dynamax battles and then completely disappeared. Sure, we got it back again, but we didn't know if or when it would come back, if at all, when the event ended. That's a fair point, especially because we then got 3 weeks of Phalanx.
It kind of felt like 3 weeks. Because we were all sleeping on the Phalanx.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
But then we got 3 weeks of Phalanx.
Yeah.
After 3 days of Beldum, that felt bad. Next one's from Trip Tandem. They said least favorite, when a new PvP viable Pokemon releases and it is not in the wild. Meaning it is in raids, eggs, /research, and thus has a 10 IV floor. Not great for PvP IVs. Means you have to trade them, and I'm best friends with most of my friends, so trades still have a 5 IV floor. Why can't they be in the wild too? I like the idea of both. Wild for PvP IVs, research, etc. for hundo hunting. That's a fair take. I think that's a good reason to not like a release, is if you have to trade to hope to get lucky for PvP.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. The PvP player perspective is something that we don't really consider a lot, but this is true. The economy, or rather the gameplay loop for a PvP player, looks very different than otherwise. You know,
I remember when Tapu Fini first came out, and everyone, I don't remember what we were doing at the time, but everyone was like, you have an extra Tapu Fini? We're not friends at all. Let's trade Tapu Finis. And I'm like, dang, I didn't realize this was how people were going to behave. For Tapu Fini, I would have caught more. So yeah, that
turns out it's still pretty good.
Yes, it is.
Our
last response is from Monkey Flower, and they said, favorite, biome spawns are fun, such as Wiglet. Least favorite, paywalled with no hint or history to suggest it will be free in the future. For example, Keldeo. Man, we still haven't gotten Keldeo again, have we?
No.
That's crazy.
No. I've still got my one that's awful.
Yep, I got one. It's terrible.
Awful.
That's all we're doing.
It's so bad.
All right. For this week's PokéPoll, we have, since XL and XXL Pokemon seem to have a solid place in showcases and mighty Pokemon, what would you like to see for XS and XXS Pokemon?
Well,
yes.
I'm struggling with an answer to this question, actually. This question felt like it was such a good question when I wrote it down, but I'm having a the difficult time figuring it out. And my mind keeps going towards things that are like negative and not necessarily a bonus or a positive of catching them.
Like what?
you get less candy for catching them because they're small or something like that. You know?
What if instead of a negative in that regard, you turn to a positive and be like, it's easier to catch XXS Pokemon.
Oh,
just a default like multiplier in general.
I like that.
That'd be pretty awesome. Could you imagine doing a raid and it shows up XXS and you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be easier to catch.
That would be pretty cool.
So I think that's kind of my answer. That's not also just more showcases, because they should be in showcases and there's no reason they shouldn't.
Yeah. Okay. I've actually got a good one. I got a good one.
Okay.
All right. Same scenario. Raid boss. Okay. It shows up as tiny, or XS or XXS, and if it's a raid legendary, it's at level 15 instead of 20.
Oh no.
PvPers rejoice. They'd be hoping, they'd be hunting through raids for the smaller ones for some of these Pokemon for sure.
So I'm sorry, I totally blanked for a moment though. Do you think that XXL should get the reverse treatment then?
I wouldn't be opposed to
So
it. That would be
technically, if you
kinda
got
cool.
an XXL Pokemon, it's now weather boosted, and then if it's weather boosted, it's now level 30 instead of level 20.
Big value. But I mean, the
Oh
trade-off
my.
is because the CP values and the level is tied with the catch rate in a lot of ways. They'd be even more or even less easy to. So I kind of am incorporating your answer, I suppose.
Yeah, but it was just a more direct impact to the game multiplier. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. Could you imagine getting a level 30 legendary and be like, I can't catch it? It's not possible. I can't actually catch it.
But that's like the risk that you run, and if you do, then that's a lot of saved resources. But could you imagine if it was weather boosted and extra small, and you're just like, well, this is a regular raid boss.
This is a regular. Oh, that'd be. I'm seeing the flaws here, and I'm hoping that somebody else has some good creative solutions here.
I like the interplay where sometimes you just lose. Like you just lose. So that's okay. Like whatever, that's fine. They have
Also,
a fun
it's
animation.
Combi Teddy Ursa Spotlight Hour.
I know. I put my ball on already.
Oh man, I totally forgot.
This is for the Stardust too, right? So
yeah, you catch you'll get like 4,000 Stardust from your plus not catching anything.
That's 100% correct. Let me pop an incense and waste even more resources doing this. Okay, that's great. Oh, look at that drillbur across the street. Okay, well, anyway, dear listener, if you have the answer, that wasn't a misspeak. We're serious. If you have the or an answer to this week's PokéPoll question, which was, once again, since XL and XXL Pokemon seem to have a solid place in showcases and Mighty Pokemon, what would you like to see for XS and XXS Pokemon? You can answer that when we post it on our X account. That's a lot of X's being thrown around here. At GOCast Podcast. We're also on Threads. At GOCast Podcast. I have yet, and I probably will never make a Blue Sky or a Mastodon account. So,
but Blue Sky is the thing.
I mean, they did get like 1 million signups in one day or something like that. So, like recently, not even when it came out. So we'll see how it shakes out. But as of right now, there is no plan for it. Jeez. You can also answer the question if you're a patron of ours in our patron exclusive Discord. We have a channel dedicated to it, the PokéPoll channel. If you're watching on YouTube, hello YouTube. Hey, while you're here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We love you forever. Leave a comment with your reply or your answer there, and we pull from there. You can also leave a reply / comment on Spotify if you're listening through the app. That we will also check those. And last but not least, you can send us an email to mail@gocastpodcast.com or call in with an answer to the phone number 262-586-7717. And speaking of emails and voicemails, it's that time again, Kyle. What time is it?
It's time for emails.
That's right. And one singular, lone, very brave voicemail. They characterize it as brave, but it's just because it's alone. It's from Saramanda, though, so it probably is brave. Here we go.
Hey, GoCast. It's Saramanda here. So I was just listening to episode 307, and I heard my voicemail about, like, what you get when you go to a Community Master Spotlight Hour, and how I was like, oh, the item code you get for that is pretty lame. And I was like, wow, it's amazing. That's already in the past. They've, like, changed how this works. Already. So now when you go to a community ambassador check-in, instead of getting a code where you have to go to the website, when you just go back to the game, it gives you a branching research. And you choose one of the 4 options based on theoretically what you're doing. Like if you were at raid hour, you would probably choose raid, because then you'll get 2 additional orange raid passes within the 8-hour period. And you'll get tasks that are based on doing raids. Although one of them is that you need to do raids while you're in a party. But you don't have to be in a party to get the orange raid passes, so that's good. Anyway, so the other 3 options, there was a catch option, a battle option, and a social option. The rewards on those are kind of lame. Like the battle one, you got like a regular charge TM for completing it, which, I mean, maybe some people would find it exciting, but most people would probably choose the 2 orange raid passes over that.
Yeah,
and so
probably.
they're now changing it again. So after the Go Wild event this weekend, it should work that for the catch option, you would get either, I think you get a lure module and an incense, as opposed to one or the other. For raid, it's still going to be the 2 orange raid passes for just taking that path. If you choose battle, you'll get a rocket radar, which I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of cool, because I like trying to fight leaders to get shadow shinies. And if you choose the social option, you'll get a super incubator. So these are pretty cool life rewards for just checking in, and you pick what you want, which is pretty nice. Also, they now have like a new in-game medal that you like earn progress on by checking into community master events. So that's pretty cool. Peace. Sorry, Amanda.
Huh. The medal is compelling. I don't know if, I mean, I feel like those rewards are also pretty good, but knowing that it's in lieu of just getting the ticket, the regular event ticket, I don't know. It makes me a little bit sad, but I don't know. I didn't realize the rewards were going to be that decent for these other choices. I mean, because I'll take a super incubator any day of the week.
Yeah. Although it is, from what I can understand, it is more work, technically speaking.
Oh yeah,
because you have to do the work to get the reward. So yeah,
but how much work could it be?
Yeah, I'm sure it's not that much from what I've seen. So
I'll tell you what, the daily timed research that I got from both of the tickets for this week, because I bought both like I said I would. They are like catch 10 Pokemon, explore 1 kilometer, and like hatch an egg or win a raid or something like that. And then they give you like the Toxel candy and the Stardust or whatever. Very doable in like 3 minutes if you have like a raid ready or anything. It's really pretty simple. So if it's something very accessible like that, or if it's like the community day themed tasks and stuff like that, that'd be very easy to finish, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you, Sarah Amanda. Sarah Amanda has also volunteered to be our Wayfarer expert to come on and tell us all about S2 cells and all that good stuff at some point in time. So shout out to her, and we will figure that out when we have a time that works for all of us. We'll get her on to talk about that stuff. So we've got 2 emails here. I will start off with the first one. This one's from Ryan, and they said, "Hey, GoCast, it's Ryan. I have been excited for the new season of Pokemon Go that is coming up, and I have a question for you. If you could add one event to the next season aside from Unova Tour, what would it be, and what would be the spawns? Thanks for listening. Bye, GoCast."
All right, you ready?
Sure.
Ready?
Hit me with it.
I need to workshop the name because I don't have a name, but it would be it's a battle event, but not GBL.
Oh,
where they release Aegislash, Honedge, because it's a sword and shield Pokemon. You'd have fighting themed Pokemon as well, because you're fighting and nice. So you'd have fighting Pokemon, and you'd have ghost Pokemon that complement the 2 of them. So, and that's it. That's the idea.
it is Ghost Steel, right? Or Steel?
It is Ghost Steel, yes.
Okay,
but I'm going for a thematic of idea around the event necessarily than just complementing Aegislash itself.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I think that still works.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an off the cuff idea. It needs more time, but that's what I'm going with.
I like that. What are the spawns? You said fighting types?
Yeah, so fighting types, something in, like Sock and Throw would both be spawning, maybe globally, make it a little bit more exciting for everybody.
Yeah. Fill my screen to the brim with Machokes.
Machokes? No, because it's all about the shadow Machops now.
Yeah. Well,
Shadow Machop would be in the rocket rotation because,
yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I didn't give it that much thought. This is just this is my baseline.
No, I understand. This is how you do it though. You just keep yes-anding into more details until it's this monstrosity of
Yeah,
an event, right?
this is also when you let you release Mimikyu.
Right.
No, don't do that. And of course, Age of Sash would only be in 10K eggs because that's just how Go works.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Honedge would be in 10K eggs, but someone's going to be annoyed that I said Age of Slash, so I have to clarify.
So I've got one.
Okay.
And it's also pretty rough work in progress. I want it to be. This would be so much better for like spring though, and not like winter. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Maybe if this was
season.
maybe if this was in February, it would be okay.
Okay.
Maybe, but I want like a larva based event that's got a lot of bugs in it. They could have Snom introduced. They could put Larvesta in all the eggs, but more accessible. There could be Caterpie, Weedle, Nincada, Pokemon like that, sort of just spawning all over the place. And I would love for the introduction of Snom to also include the shiny release of Snom.
Okay. Okay.
I like this. It's like a baby event, but like it only for bugs, and talks about like the baby stage rather of like their normal progression.
I gotcha.
Right.
I've seen some people be like, Snom is going to be a 400 candy evolution. What do you think about that?
I mean, probably. I mean, Larvesta is.
Well, yeah, but Snom is not like a pseudo legendary stats type of thing. But
I mean, I guess, but in my mind, like Snom and Frostmoth are essentially regional variants of Larvesta and Volcarona. I mean, they're not,
okay.
right? They're absolutely not. But in my head, they go together.
I'll be sad if it is a 400 candy when it does come out, but I see that happening. So okay.
Yep. So that's what I'm hoping for. I would also just settle for an event where there's 15 different $10 tickets. That would be great. I'd love that.
They all overlap though, and their rewards don't benefit each other.
Yeah, so they don't stack.
Every third ticket gives half egg hatch distance, but you don't get quarter hatch distance for buying two of them.
It's okay. So take it.
No, here I got instead.
Oh, okay, all right,
when you buy it, you get a random one of the 15 tickets.
Oh, and you can buy as many as you want, but if you get a dupe, they just take your money and it doesn't add anything.
Classic.
True.
No. If you get a dupe, it enhances the benefits that one ticket gives you. We're a gacha game now.
No. If you get a dupe, it just turns into 500 Stardust. Okay, get this. We're both on the same kick here. Get this, all right? It's an event where there's nothing happening, but you can buy for 50 cents. You could add spawns Pokemon by Pokemon a piece and build a custom event. Hey, you want this bundle of bonuses? Well, this one's $2. You can have this other one that's also $2 if you want to get all 4 of these bonuses. Like, actually, the concept is kind of cool, but it also sounds like a nightmare.
Terrible.
Yeah. I would love to see how it would work out, if they were to do something like that, but I don't think I'd want to participate in an event like that quite as much as I'd like to see it just be talked about. Right. Anyway, hey, thank you. Thank you for that email, Ryan. We appreciate it.
Our last email is from Senior Spirit Tomb, and they said, "Hello, GOCast. It's Senior Spirit Tomb here. I'm going to start writing in more and try to give out a new Spirit Tomb fact every time. I hope you're excited. So first of all, I love your jokes, Chris. They actually crack me up every time. It's a shame no one else gets them."
It's true. Kyle does. He just pretends that they're not funny.
Yeah, Chris and I are too slimmer for me to not understand, but it's good because Chris always worries that he tells a joke and then nobody's going to get it.
It's very true.
So, especially when he writes the one-liners. So if you ever catch a reference or understand the one-liner like intuitively, you should write in and let Chris know that you did.
Yeah, that would be very validating because there are some weeks I'm like, these are bangers, and nobody says anything. I'm like, what happened? Oh no.
Well, if you're on Discord, say something on Discord in the episodes channel. We'll appreciate it there too.
This is very self-serving, but it would make my life better.
Now it's time for the Spiritomb section. Today's fact is Spiritomb is highly associated with the number 108. It weighs 108 kilograms, has a base defense and special defense of 108, is 108 in the Sinnoh Pokedex, and is found on Route 108 in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I didn't know that last one. That's fun. Shiny luck to all. Senior Spiritomb is out. See you next week for another fact, hopefully.
How long can you keep this up, I wonder?
I don't know how many times has it been in like the anime and stuff. Maybe it's been in the
108 times.
Stuff. Talk about how it was released in Pokemon Go and you only got one of them at the time.
Oh yeah. Oh geez. And how last year we didn't get any of them.
Okay. Anyway, we're done. We're done.
We are. All right. If you would like to send us an email just like these fun folks did, you can by sending it to mail@gocastpodcast.com. You can also leave us a voicemail by calling 262-586-7717. And if I said all of that way too fast for you, you can visit our website where it's listed. Easy for you to reference, gocastpodcast.com. Follow us on X and Threads at GoCast Podcast. If you'd like to help support the show monetarily for as little as $1 a month, which gets you access to our patron exclusive Discord, you can via Patreon. That's spelled Patreon, followed by .com/GoCast Podcast, or just Google it. Again, we have undeserved, incredible SEO for whatever reason. I swear I didn't do a darn thing. It just happened. That's great. I'm not messing with it because I don't want to ruin it. But speaking of our patrons, shout out to our elite trainer tier patrons. Mr. Kyle, it's your turn. This list has gotten long.
Yeah. All right. Shout out to elite trainer tier patrons: Bo, Daniel, Lori, Michael, Ozzy, Arkham, Marvin, and Mimi Sports. They are Jason, Justin, Charles, Modders, Lee, William, Brandon, Ethan, Steven, Nick, our favorite listener, Drew 2, Camo, The Ugly Rock, Jacob, Victoria, Sarah Lore, Memorandums, Nabil, Tish, Jacob, Matthew, Don, John Paul, Micah, Sean, Dave, and the Skull. Nessical. Sorry. I started laughing. So I couldn't say the last name.
As you start running out of oxygen, your brain just starts like, good job. Hey, that was pretty good. It was really, really good. Well, anyway, if you would like to help support the show non-monetarily, because it's just not in the cards for you, or you're already doing so because you're like the best person ever, you can leave us a review for absolutely free wherever reviews can be left, which is not everywhere. I would normally have made fun of Google Podcasts at this time, but they are RIP, so won't speak ill of the dead. All right, let's set some goals and get out of here. The upcoming event for us this week is the Wild Area Global, and this run-up event as well. So there's that. Mr. Kyle, you're planning on playing the weekend, and so am I. So what are your goals?
So I'm playing Saturday. I'm actually not going to be able to play Sunday anymore. Some stuff has come up.
Oh, no. Okay.
So looking for 10 shiny Pokemon. Specifically, I want Shiny Marini. I'm going to get Toxtricity and a Gmax Toxtricity. Just want to make sure I get both of those. And 2 million experience.
Oh, 2 million experience. You're really pumping it out, man.
I'm trying. I'm not playing. I haven't played a lot during the week lately. So
yeah, but I mean,
take advantage.
The key to playing effectively is to play at the right times, and you're still doing that. So
yeah,
we love it. All right, cool. For myself, I'm also doing 10 shinies because I don't want to really worry about that so much. My focus is going to be hatching a lot of eggs if I can, to then do my next goal, which is hatch the Toxel, but I did not get this past week. I like to hatch 100 eggs because I'm going to be playing quite a bit of Go this weekend, and I would also like to make sure that I knock out at least one and take home a Gmax Toxtricity. I'd like to have more robust goals around those, but I'm not entirely sure where I'm playing either of. I guess the first day I kind of have a good idea because we're talking about playing together, but on Sunday I'm not sure, and I have some stuff to do that day, so I gotta fit it in between. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get like groups for the Gigantamax Toxtricity, I suppose. So we'll see, but that's it. Thanks so much for listening all the way through to the end of episode 308. We will see y'all next week post Wild Area. Good luck with all of that, and we hope you come out on top, whatever that means to you. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.